Tracking milestones of an incredible journey spanning 30 years. Rahman Music Sheets. Dil Se, the final installment of the thematic trilogy by Ratnam. Its music made it the first Indian film to enter the top 10 in the United Kingdom box office charts. It was also a hit in Japan. With 6 songs, Dil Se is one of those rare albums in which all the songs were and are hits even today with a cult following. More than 60 lakh copies of its soundtrack were sold in India.
It was at the start of Dil Se, and I was in his studio upstairs and we were working on a few things, and then he called me downstairs and said, I want you to listen to something. And he played this rough thing, which was just the voice then done with Sukhwinder, and lyric was Sukhwinder's improvisation of a few things and things like that. But it had, as usual, it had just a mukda in it, and it was just fantastic. It was brilliant, and then we kind of when we told him that we're planning to picturize it on a train during a journey, that just set the rhythm pattern for him and set the tempo for the whole song, and then Gulzar came in to write the song down.
गुलपोश कभी इतराएं कहीं महके तो नजर आ जाए कहीं ताबीज बना के पहनूं से आयत की तरह मिल जाए कहीं ताबीज बना के पहनूं से आयत की तरह मिल जाए कहीं मेरा नगमा वही मेरा कलमा वही मेरा नगमा नगमा मेरा कलमा कलमा मेरा नगमा नगमा मेरा कलमा मेरा नगमा नगमा मेरा कलमा कलमा मेरा नगमा नगमा मेरा कलमा यार मिसाले ओस चले पाँव के तले फिर दोस्त चले कभी डाल डाल कभी बात बात मैं हवा पे ढूंढूं उसके निशान सारे इश्क की छाँव चल छैया छैया सारे इश्क की छाँव चल छैया पाँव जनत चले चल छैया छैया पाँव जनत चले चल छैया चल छैया 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 चल छैया 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 छैया
So Sufism has played a very important role in his life, and you have seen him grow and go through that particular process. Do you think that Chaiya Chaiya is a major landmark that represents those inner feelings, and how has that impacted his overall music composition?
No, I think his fascination for Sufi music has always been there. I think his imagination is, has always been there. Chaiya Chaiya became more Sufi-ish because of the way it was written also. A lot of Gulzar is there in it, and that abstractness of this love story, with a strange person who has just disappeared. It could be the fact that it could be a person, it could be God, just opened out the doors for a song of that sort, and to have that kind of a song for a choreographed one just added another dimension to it instead of it just being a regular number. So it was possible for us to blend in 2-3 things into one to make it really special,
मैं उसके रूप का शहदाई वो धूप छाँव सा हर जाई वो शोक है रंग बदलता है मैं रंग रूप का सौदाई जन्नत होगी जिनके सर हो इश्क की छाँव पाँव के नीचे जन्नत होगी शाम रात मेरी कायनात वो यार मेरा सैया सैया चल छैया 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 चल छैया 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 चल छैया 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 चल छैया 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 छैया.
He was anyway, he is still, very, very attracted towards that kind of a music and that kind of a thought process. I think as a person, even when he was doing Roja, when he was very young, there was a philosophical bent of mind that he had, and don't think as a person he's drastically changed. He's had the maturity even then, and as a person, as a human being, he's always been really a fantastic human being, you know, more than his, I'm as big a fan of him as a person as him as a composer. So I think it's there, it's him, you know, his search for, you know, something more is there in every walk.
पागी पागी परदेसी पागी पागी परदेसी पागी पागी परदेसी
Sir, Rahman is a deeply spiritual person and you are a proclaimed atheist. How do you coexist? Because you must be looking at things quite differently.
Yeah, no, I think it doesn't mean if you're an atheist, it doesn't mean that you don't understand somebody who believes so spiritually. You know, in fact, there's an admiration. I mean, there's a sincerity with which in Rahman, right from the first day that I met him, which hasn't changed. I mean, that's the person, and I'm sure that he would understand that I have my stands are just my stands. It's nothing to. I'm not judging anything. I'm just being what I am. You know, so I don't think that ever gets in a way between two human beings.
क्या करो कैसे कहो रात कब कैसे ढले हो நெஞ்சினிலே ஊஞ்சலே நாணங்கள் என் கண்ணிலே சிவந்ததே என் மஞ்சளே நெஞ்சினிலே ஊஞ்சலே
Rahman is not only a composer, but he's also the recordist. You know, is really an engineer too. You know, rolled into one. I think these days all musicians are becoming like that. But Rahman is one of the earliest I have seen. You know, he pays so much attention to the way it's recorded, to the way it will sound, the way it is mic'd. He's come at a time when the digital age was coming in, when the modes of recording was changing, and so the entire process became different. Sometimes he just has a rhythm track and we record the song. We record the voice with the lyric, with just the rhythm track. And then he goes over it and then starts layering it one by one. And you know, and his contribution to the engineering of a song is remarkable, is really something very, 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 very big, which is not seen outside, but I think he is a genius in that, you know. His engineering skills were so good that, that was his music, you know, the way, even now if you see with all, even in a heavy song, you can still make out individual instruments, you know, I mean, and I think that's a gift that he has. It comes naturally to him, you know, and I think that's what makes his style so unique.
How challenging is it to do justice to the sound that he creates?
I think as a director, your job is first to tell the story. tell the story as well as you can. Make sure your characters are within the characters and things like that. And the music is to help you to do that. You can't let the music drag you away in trying to do, it's not a music video where you're trying to do justice only for the music. But having said that, even the music is so fantastic, it's sometimes without you, just as a pure, as a listener, as a fan, you get so attracted to pieces that you feel that you need to do something, extra for it without deviating from the story. So it's constant battle between, just what is required, but also what the music demands.
Dil Se became a new benchmark for A.R.Rahman. Each of his compositions is now measured by the standard of whether it is as good as Dil Se. The Mani Ratnam trilogy had another dimension. Its background score was also discussed and appreciated. Join us for the story of Rahman's background scores by Mani Ratnam in our next episode. Stay with us. Rahman Music Sheets will continue to track his incredible journey to superstardom, connecting you with his creative partners, also engaging with musicians he inspired. If you have reinterpreted or recreated Rahman's music, share your videos. If selected, you will get featured on Rahman Music Sheets. To submit your videos, log on to our website O2india.com.